Brandon Shepard on the pole, Gordy Gundaker on the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Gateway Dirt Nationals is underway.
Side by side off into turns 1 and 2. Gordy's going to let it drift to the concrete. Brandon Shepard down low, clean and green down the back straightaway. Gordy to the lead. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Shepard to his inside, drag race back to the line. Gordy Gundaker leads lap 1.
And Gordy rolls the middle of the racetrack on the opening lap. I thought he might try to sneak down to the bottom of the speedway here on lap number 2. He does not. Instead, he's going to hold steady in the middle of the racetrack. He stays out front and leads lap number 2.
Looking off a couple of laps early. Gordy liking the middle of the racetrack. Sheppy's liking the hub down there. Ricky Thornton Jr. liking the cushion like he always does. He closes in on your top 2. Spatola 4th. Ashton Winger back in 5th.
Don't look now, but Ricky Thornton Jr. is about to make it a three-way dance at the front of the field for the lead, and you got to wonder if he's just kind of, oh man, Ashton Winger, yeah, you saw what I saw. Ashton Winger and Mike Spatola made a little bit of contact there. I thought that was going to be worse than what it was. Everybody's able to shake themselves free, and we stay green flag racing 4 in the books.
4 down, 36 to go, and now Brandon Shepard closes in on Gordy Gundaker. His guys going every direction right now on this racetrack. They've done a good job with the track prep. With 5 in the books, Gordy your leader, but Sheppy's there.
Yeah, Brandon Shepard right there knocking on the back door of the run in 2 very different lines as we double it up for those of you at home. But you can see the 2 leaders are running different lines. Gordy Gundaker's rolling the middle, maybe about 2/3 of the way up the racetrack. Brandon Shepard a little more on the bottom of the speedway. And Ricky Thornton Jr. is watching all this unfold directly in front of him.
And right side of your screen, the battle for 6th on back. Spatola's got 6th, 7th right now under fire as Unziker shoots to the inside of Tanner English. Bobby Pierce back there as well. And I tell you what, racetrack looking really good early in this one as we work lap 8 of this 40-lap affair.
Absolutely, man. And I tell you what, this is a really good battle at the front of the field. Brandon Shepard just not quite able to sneak around the 11 of Gordy Gundaker at this time. Gordy's left him plenty of room. He's left him plenty of opportunities to either drive under him or throw a slider on him. Shep right now biding his time behind him. Ashton Winger throws a slider on RTJ and moves to 3rd.
Thornton's up to, Winger's up to 3rd, and his hair's in danger as he moves into the 3rd spot. And we knew on this bull ring he was going to be tough tonight. He lets it eat on the top side of the racetrack. Shepard still working Gordy. DJ, 10 laps in the books. Actually, we'll have a Coleman Farms caution before we can get there. It was just getting good as Super Shep goes around.
And Superman.
A Super Coleman Farms Racing caution down in turns 1 and 2. And we'll catch our breath with 9 laps complete, 31 to go. When they come to the fast shaft start finish line, 9 down, 31 to go, and we're back underway.
Green flag is back out, and the high side, the place to be for Brandon Shepard. He gets a real good restart and is able to keep the 12 of Winger behind him for the time being. And that may open up the door for Ricky Thornton Jr. in that battle for 3rd. Winger going to stay down to the inside. Out front, Gordy Gundaker hangs on, and you got a good one here at the Gateway Dirt Nationals.
Thornton thinking about a slider. Meanwhile, Hoffman goes by on the bottom, trying to do 2 for 1. He'll slip past Thornton. Meanwhile, slider for the leader, Brandon Shepard, who's going to lead lap 11. How about the B5 of Brandon Shepard?
Brandon Shepard out front, 11 laps in the books. As he said, I've had enough. I'm going to go to the lead, and I'm going to try to drive away. A little bit of smoke coming out from underneath the B5 as he went into the corner bend.
You got to wonder, possibly a tire rub. Hard to say early in this one as we work lap number 13. And now Gordy Gundaker working as high on the cushion as he's been with Ashton Winger in tow. Back in 4th, Ricky Thornton Jr., but a Coleman Farms Racing caution as we've got Jaden Frame and one more. Is that Tanner English tied up over?
It is.
That is Tanner English. That a Bobby Pierce slide job right there, not clear of English turning him there.
Trenton Berry, let me ask you a question. Hold on one second. We'll go to the iBox Springs instant replay, and Bobby Pierce goes up there, and yeah, got to cross Tanner's nose there. Trenton, from the infield, wherever you're watching right now, what is it like watching these 20 guys go at it?
Yeah, it's insane, dude. I'm right down here in the middle of turns 1 and 2, and to just really be this close, there's nowhere else that I go during a season where you can be this up close and personal to these cars as they're working their way through the corners. So pretty surreal and kind of a wild moment right there. Tanner English, he did tell Bobby that he was his biggest fan there as he went by the first time. I was close enough to see that.
Blake Anderson watching down there. These guys are using every inch of this racetrack. Seems like they are really pushing the limits of the cushion. Your sprint car brethren would be proud of them up there on that curb.
Absolutely. That's what I can think of when you watch Brandon Shepard get up on the high side. Boy, you got to wonder if that maybe is going to get Gordy back up in the seat here. He set a nice pace, but as you said, Ben, on that when B-Shep got by, he got tired of waiting and just decided to put the whips to her.
Chris Moore, your first time here. What are your thoughts right now?
Yeah, I'm very much in the same boat as Trent. Watching from the infield here is absolutely incredible. You know, the only other place I really get to be at the infield like this is Tulsa, but cars this size on a track this small is just unreal watching from here. I just get to be a fan for these 40 laps. I'm loving every bit of it.
I don't know what happens in Tulsa, Chris. I don't know what you're talking about.
They live on a time. There's a certain time.
There's a certain time there.
Time.
All right, the Coltman Farms caution lights are being turned off, and we're going to go back to green flag racing. Next time by Brandon Shepard is your new race leader. And Gordy Gundaker in second. He'll choose the outside lane. Ashton Winger third. 12 laps are in the books. 12 laps are scored. 28 laps remain. And they'll go green in the Octane Race Products restart zone in turn 4.
Green flag's back out. Chevy continues to work on the top side. Ashton Winger sizes up the 11 of Gundaker. Gundaker leaves the bottom open. Here comes Ashton Winger. Here comes Thornton, a big run. He had to get on the binders, DJ.
If that top is ever open for Ricky Thornton Jr., man, I'm telling you, that 20RT's got a rocket ship. He can get a real good run off turn number 2. And just as we say that, he's going to make a liar out of me because he drives right down to the bottom of the racetrack as Ashton Winger's worked his way by Gordy Gundaker.
I didn't think there was a line up there for Winger above Gundaker. I was wrong, and now Thornton's on the move. He's up to third. Last year he was second, DJ. He was so close. Could this be the year Thornton gets it? And Chevy bobbled just a little bit off of 2.
He sure did. He got a little high, and don't look now. RTJ going to throw a slider on Ashton Winger. So move Ricky Thornton Jr. up to the second spot. Is this the year that he gets a late model win? And man, that 20RT is set on go.
These guys are putting on a show. Meanwhile, Gordy Gundaker is going to fall back to 5th as Spatola goes around him, and now Pierce is going to join that battle as well. Bobby Pierce started back in 12th on the move.
You're reading my mind, man.
Meanwhile, Ricky Thornton Jr. around Ashton Winger, but the Coltman Farms caution flies on the speedway, and that's going to slow the action momentarily. 16 laps complete, and we will see the Coltman Farms caution out on the racetrack. We got a spoiler on the backstretch.
Debris in the middle of the backstretch came flying off right in front of the leaders.
How about these slide jobs, DJ?
Yeah, good. I mean, good racing so far, and damage on the right rear of Jack Riggs's number 81, and that is going to erase a 1.5 second lead that Brandon Shepard had on Ricky Thornton Jr.
And I feel like I've seen this Brandon Shepard, Ricky Thornton Jr. showdown in the Dome scenario perhaps a year ago tonight.
Exactly 365 days ago, we saw the same thing.
And we saw Ricky Thornton Jr. down there in victory lane last year, second. Probably the most disappointing second you'll ever see. You know he's thought about it. He's really found a good slider line, but oh yeah, Brandon Shepard, he's no sucker when it comes to these bull rings down to the infield.
Hey guys, real quick, last year I got to watch from home, and the 20RT kind of was biding his time for a while, and about 5th or 6th, all of a sudden he put the whip to it, drove his way to second and ran out of time. Looks like this year he learned a lesson. He's put the whip to it a little bit sooner, just went 4th to 2nd there on that short stint of green flag racing.
Great observation, Chris Moore, absolutely. And 2 things in play here as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Number 1, you're exactly right. Number 2, you got to wonder if he's going to try to shoot to the lead right now, or if he's going to maybe see how things play out with that B5. Brandon Shepard's really, really good. I don't think I want to get that car too far let that car get too far in front of me.
Absolutely. 6 down, 24 to go. We'll come back to the green flag. Shepard back on the loud pedal. Thornton thinking about a slider. Can't get there on this restart as Sheppy got a really good restart. Slides himself to the cushion. Meanwhile, Ashton Winger trying to find a way back around the 20RT. Spatola in 4th. Pierce up to 5th, and Gundaker to his inside.
Yeah, Bobby Pierce from that 12th starting spot, methodically picking his way through the field, as is Josh Rice. Josh Rice has worked his way up to 7th, man. He started in 16th, and Jack Riggs is slow on the inside of the racetrack with a flat left rear tire.
I think he's going to be able to limp it to the infield. He will as we work lap 19 of this 40-lap affair, and Sheppy is rocking and rolling right now. He's stretching it out. Last time a 1.1 second advantage over Ricky Thornton Jr. Meanwhile, behind them, you got Ashton Winger in 3rd, and now Pierce joins the conversation. Spatola with a big slider on Winger. Man, that's some fun stuff as they work off too.
Opie up to position number 3. Josh Rice just threw a slider on the other number 11. Gordy Gundaker is able to work his way by him as well. But right now, oh man, Opie and Ashton going at it down the back straightaway.
I thought Pierce was going to get both of them down there as Opie throws it up on Ashton Winger, closing back in on Pierce, and he's bringing Hoffman to the party. Top 2 have checked out, and they're separated by a straightaway as Pierce kisses the concrete down in 1 and 2. He'll drive off of it, though. Good battle for 3rd on back.
Winger's going to just send it in 3 and 4, and we've got a caution as Tyler Carpenter is parked. pointing in the wrong direction down in turn number 1, and we have got all kinds of action here at the Dome at American Center.
Still 19 laps remaining, DJ. Lights are out.
The lights are out, and we're going to go green flag racing this time by, as Ben said, 19 laps to go, and Brandon Shepard brings him back to the green here at the Dome at America Center.
Shepard will head to the top. Meanwhile, Thornton looks to the inside, can't quite get there. Pierce turns down the hill. He and Winger right there going after Spatola. Man, they are going at it right now as Winger right up in front of Spatola. He turns back down the hill, and Rice might get them all.
Josh Rice is really good, man. I've seen that car work on the top. I've seen that car work on the bottom. We've got Ryan Gustin and Ryan Unzicker with Ryan on Ryan violence back through the field. And Bobby Pierce just threw a slider on Spatola. He's up to 4th.
He's up to 4th now. He'll come after Ashton Winger. Thornton Jr. losing pace right now with your leader, Brandon Shepard, who is just making it look easy out in front. Hoffman's going to join that battle for the 4th spot. He goes around Spatola, sets his sights on Pierce.
Brandon Shepard is just picking him up and putting him away in this race. He's got a full 2-second lead, but the racing from about 3rd on back is absolutely bonkers, man. I mean, we've got guys throwing sliders on each other, guys bouncing off the wall, guys trying to run the bottom of the racetrack, and all the while, Brandon Shepard is pulling away with 14 laps to go.
Pierce looks inside of Winger, can't get there. Taking a look at the My Race Pass app and positions gained. Josh Rice 9, Bobby Pierce 8. Rich Bell slows down the back straightaway, and that'll draw a Coleman Farms caution with 25 laps complete as Rich Bell had issues. And again, if you're Brandon Shepard, this is what you want. You just don't want to have to get to lap traffic.
Yeah.
And then lap traffic hasn't been an issue. Let's go 15 laps to the checkered flag. What do you say, DJ?
We'll see what happens. 25 in the books, 15 to go. Brandon Shepard brings him back to the green here in the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals. RTJ got way high off 4.
Yeah, Ashton Winger gets a really good start. He's going to go to 2nd, and he gets a chrome horn down the back straightaway. He's probably going to get a slider off into 3 and 4. He does. Ricky Thornton Jr. back up to 2nd as Ashton Winger to 3rd. And how about Nick Hoffman to 4th on the restart?
Yeah, Nick Hoffman right now in 4th, and he may not be done yet. He's going to try to take 3rd away from Ashton Winger as Nick Hoffman has the tie Touring 9 on the bottom. Winger is now going to go to the bottom, but Brandon Shepard continues to be the driver to beat out at the front of the field. They're throwing haymakers on each other here from 3rd on back.
Man, these sliders are fun, and Pierce just went around him. He goes up to 3rd around Winger. He sets his sights on Ricky Thornton Jr. Pierce knows it's go time with just 12 laps remaining, and Brandon Shepard with a 1.7 second advantage as Thornton and Pierce go at it for 2nd. Behind them, the 4th runner is, and Ashton Winger out of the party, trouble for the 12, and he's done here tonight. Back in 4th, it's Nick Hoffman. 5th with the 89 of Spatola, and a slider for 2nd. We're back in Macon to start the year with Castrol as those two go at it between Pierce and Thornton. Pierce goes around Thornton. Bobby Pierce, can he get there? 10 laps remaining. The lead, 2.3 seconds. We're going to keep an eye on it.
And if it stays green, Brandon Shepard will catch the tail end of the field. Man, Bobby Pierce is coming. I mean, at 32 is absolutely rolling. The lead was 2.3. It's down to 1.5.
Hang on, Pierce.
Man.
He gave a little bit back there. He took 8/10 off in a lap.
He may have just lost 8/10. He may have lost 4 tires.
I thought he had left the ballpark. He had not. And Bobby Pierce trying to get there. He gave up 4/10 that lap. 8 laps to go. And Pierce is going to put the whip to it and see if he can get to Brandon Shepard. You're right, DJ. Shepard's catching the back of the pack.
Yeah, and look at who's about to go a lap down. The first cars to go a lap down are going to be guys like Brandon Overton and Jonathan Davenport. In what world do we say that, you know?
It's unbelievable.
Oh, man.
And they're side by side in front of your leader, too. And the first few cars are in Brandon Shepard's line. That time by, he takes 5/10 a second off lead. He catches the hole again. Don't count him out. Pierce trying to rally up through there. DJ, they're going to race back to 5 to go. Thornton back in 3rd. Hoffman 4th. Spatola in 5th. Lap traffic, DJ, now a reality.
The top 2 have pulled away from the rest of the field, and if this one stays green, they're going to settle it amongst themselves. Brandon Shepard, your leader. Bobby Pierce closing in fast. At one time, it was a 2.5 second lead for Brandon Shepard. With 4 to go, that lead is down to 1.2.
Last year, Shepard held on in lap traffic. It was over Thornton. Tonight, he's going to try to hold on over Pierce. 1.2 last time by. 3 laps to go. The separation between them, it is 1.1. Pierce has got to make up more ground.
Yeah, and the trouble now for Brandon Shepard is he's got Jonathan Davenport directly in front of him running the same exact line. That's going to let Bobby Pierce close in, Ben. 2 to go.
Are we setting up a slider? Are we setting up a white flag slider? This one could go down to the line. Here comes Pierce. We may get it right here. And Davenport moves off the top. White flag in there. DJ, bring us home in the dome.
Here comes Brandon Shepard, final time around. Bobby Pierce, are we going to have a last lap slider at Gateway as they go into turns 3 and 4? Pierce goes down to the bottom, but it's not going to be enough. Pierce is broke. Pierce is broke. Shepard wins.
Pierce is
Brandon
going to still be
Shepard
second.
wins.
Oh, my.
Oh, man.
Ricky Thornton Jr. third. Spatola comes across the line fourth. Hoffman fifth. He had such a big lead for second. Pierce broke coming to the checkered flag, DJ.
Yeah, Pierce broke coming to the checkered flag and hangs on. Rudolph's nose was lighting up. Unbelievable. Unofficially, the third spot goes to Ricky Thornton Jr. Second will go to Bobby Pierce, and he's going to make it official. Ladies and gentlemen, he will be a back-to-back winner of the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals. How about it for Brandon Shepard?
Wow, the Valvoline, Paulson Rock Products, Stussy Construction, Shepard Auto Sales, and Super Shep might be a little upset with Tyler Carpenter down there. Well, Blake, break him up as they're a little beating and banging, or maybe Super Shep just wants to get to victory lane to see his son.
It could be.
Oh my goodness, what a race here tonight. And those two, a little bit of hurt feelings, but it just wouldn't be the dome.
Uh-oh.
You all right? Well, okay.
Cooler heads will maybe prevail.
I think hopefully they have for now. As we wait on him to make his way into FK Rod End's victory lane, one question. St. Louis, did you have a good time tonight? We deserve that feature, short of a photo finish. Oh, that one might not be over yet.
Oh,
DJ.
no, I don't think it is.
And Santa Claus is watching too. That's the bad part.
So is the Grinch. So
the
is
Grinch has cleaned
Krampus.
houses.
So is the Abominable Snowman.
And we're going to get security to the 28 and the 5S pit area.
You know the four most famous words in racing aren't driver start your engines.
Security to the pits.
Bingo.
It wasn't half-price cooked food.
I've seen a few memes about that the last 24 hours.
Climbing out of the car, make some noise for Brandon Shepard. What a race. What a finish. Bobby Pierce closing in late. Did you realize the 32 was roping you in as the laps closed in to lap 40?
I figured, man. You know, he's when the track gets like that, there's only a couple of us that can let her eat up there, and 32 is one of them. So I was definitely, you know, the whole race there, I had 20 RT behind me and 32 at the end there. So I was just letting that big dog eat, son. Pro Power ran good. XR1 rocket chassis was phenomenal. Fox Shocks, Valvoline, all the great sponsors on this thing. I know I'm going to forget some people. American Racing Wheels, Danny Woodworth, attorney at law. Appreciate him and all his support. Pee Wee's Wrecker Service, Paulson Stussy, American Racing Wheels, my dad, my grandpa, Shepard Auto Sales and Salvage. Hey, somebody needs to calm Super Shep down, by the way. Where's he at? I seen him out there. How about that?
Awesome. I look over and you're just grinning. And the daughter makes it fresh off the cartwheel and driver intros. That was pretty awesome. What you get to the end. We get to the last two laps. Lap traffic, and you see lap traffic running in your line. You know you're going to have company reeling you in late. Is that something where you're thinking like, bring me a yellow, or you're just comfortable in lap traffic?
Oh, I mean, my car was really good there. I could run top, middle, bottom wherever I needed to, but, you know, I was very fortunate to have some great respect there, respectful driving from Overton and JD both. They seen the layover flag, and you know, I'm sure they knew where I was running at for sure, so they moved out of the way, so that was pretty awesome. You know, definitely shows a lot of respect, and obviously I do the same for them anytime I race them guys, so. Like I said, I can't thank my people enough for supporting me. There's been a lot of big changes in my career in the last 3 years. Mark Richards, Steve Baker, everybody at Rocket Chassis, my beautiful family, my wife, Michaela, my daughter, Addison, my son, Baylor, my son, Jace, my awesome crew, Jeffrey, Lucas, JP, Corn Dog, Mitch, all the T-shirt girls, Goose's Pub and Eatery, Gary, just everybody involved with this team. means the world to me to have my family here. You know, this one's for the ones that we've all lost the past few years. You know, we've had a man. I'm emotional right now. This crowd is, you just can't. There's nothing like it. Eldora's got a lot of fans, and you know, that one probably still tops this one. But I tell you what, this up close and personal and in your face underneath this dome is something special. And if you guys are watching back home and you haven't been here and seen it in person, it's something to come see for sure. And especially for us old Illinois boys, we like to get our fifth mile smile on and get up on the wheel and put her against the wall and let her eat.
Back to back at the dome. Is that sunk in yet?
Man, I had to, honestly. It was, you know, when you can put yourself in that position, to be in the top 6, to get to pick your song for driver intros, which is awesome. Shout out to Hardy on that one. You get the front row, and me and Gordy were super excited, and we had a hell of a race there at the beginning, and super respectful racing from him also, so thanks to him for that. And you know, when I get put in that position, I really want to drive a smart race, and when you have guys that you can race with up there with you, then you know, you can let the race come to you, so to speak. And I showed him the nose. I know he likes to run the bottom, so I kept showing him a nose, and he kept peeking down there a little bit. So I knew at some point I was gonna you know, do the old switcheroo on him and move up to the cushion where I really wanted to be, but I didn't want to tear my car up too soon, and I didn't know how good the cushion was going to be. And honestly, this XR1 rocket on Fox shocks could just drive all over the racetrack. Pro Power Racing engines ran phenomenal as usual, and like I said, I can't thank my beautiful family enough for all their support, and my friends, and just everybody involved with this team. And like I said, there's been so much change in my career in the past 3 years, and you know, I'm just super thankful to start off this new adventure on a great note. I think Mark Richards is probably smiling right now. Matter of fact, the last race that I won in this car, I'm pretty sure, was the Prairie Dirt Classic in 2022. So he still had the old girl sitting around, and it's all cracked and beat up and busted, and he let me bring it out here and put my motor in it and go have a little fun. So I'm sure he's sitting at home smiling, proud of me right now. And like I said, I'm just super thankful, and thankful for him for giving me a chance to come back and get to do what I love again and chase my dreams. And hopefully, you know, I give my kids something to look up to and you know, make my family proud.
St. Louis, let him hear you one more time. Brandon Shepard. And Super Shep makes his way into victory lane. Ben, DJ, what a race. We'll go find second and third in just a moment.
Yeah, I think second's making its way to you. Ricky Thornton Jr. is down toward turn number 1. We'll let you go and maybe catch RTJ as unless Pierce has walked
Bobby
over there.
Pierce right here.
There you go. Go to Pierce.
Man.
Yeah, you were looking for me.
Bobby, I didn't even have to go look for you. Bobby, heartbreak, I'm sure there. What do you know what happened?
Something in the the drivetrain broke, which figures how rough I was bouncing. That one time I hit it extremely hard, and I had to get smoother again after that, and that was actually the faster way around there to enter the corner slower and then get back on it. But it was a lot like the PDC, where it's just a matter of where the bumps took you in the corner, and you did your best to counteract it. And but man, what an awesome race! Congrats to Brandon on the win. Of course, I was driving so hard trying to catch him. I think that's really what made it break. That last corner there, he was kind of pulling me off too, and I had to get a good launch off the corner. And I kind of hung there for a second, so I tried to get one last good lick of cushion to launch me down the backstretch, and I think I might have hit the wall, and that's probably what broke it. But if it didn't break, I was sending it in there regardless, whether I was 10 car lengths back or what. But we were going for it.
Did you consider throwing a slide job into turn 1, or were you just basically in the mode of, I got to set myself up into turn number 3?
Yeah, but last corner passes are badass, so I was waiting for the last corner. But no, just with the lap car there, I think it was JD, he held Brandon up just enough for me to really get a good run. And then we went down the backstretch, and JD went to the bottom. That was probably my chance there if I could have split them guys and went for it, but it would have been treacherous. Starting 12th here, I tried my best to be lenient with all the competitors. I think I only pissed off one person. So to come from 12th to the front like that's pretty good in my book. And we just had a really good car. I can't thank my crew enough. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thanks to Cody again. Love coming here. But like I was saying, thanks to my crew. Can't give them guys enough thanks. All my awesome sponsors, Low Voltage Solutions, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Rear Guard Waste Services, Hooker Trucking, Churchill Transport, Collins Brothers Towing, Fast One Speed Shop, Toyota of Danville. Just everyone. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of people, but once again, man, awesome race. Just I'm glad I got second after that. I was hoping JD with his horns would push me to the finish line. I didn't know I'd make it, but I'm happy with it.
St. Louis, let him hear you one more time. 12th to second for Bobby Pierce. And Ricky Thornton Jr. Night's not done. Still more business on the table, but what a run. I know maybe not how you wanted the night to end, but you guys put on one heck of a show up there. Was there anything you wish could have maybe gone differently that would have maybe put you a little closer to the top of the podium?
No, I mean, obviously everyone that was in the top three here, we're driving about as hard as we can and just trying to do what we can. Congrats to Bobby and Shep. They both drove really good races. Heck, I think Shep is like he had a Cadillac running around the top over there. So, no, just hats off to my guys. Busted their butt. We're trying what we can. Maybe next year. We're close, but it definitely sucks to run third. But if we're complaining about running third, we're doing something right. So.
You got a modified race left. How much did that rough and tumble truck take out of you?
It's a good thing I'm in an ultra-shield seat with the Sharp Advantage insert. I can go another 100 laps here, so I think we'll be good here in the mod. Looks like they're going to do a little track prep, and we'll just see how we go.
How about another round of applause? Ricky Thornton Jr. in third, Bobby Pierce in second, and Brandon Shepard back-to-back here in the Dome. Ben and DJ.
Well, Brandon Shepard with the win here tonight. And I think things got a little heated back in the pit area, DJ,
that's
as right after the checkered flag dropped on that main event.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, super. Well, we had a little meet and greet back there. He was trying to sign his shirt, and then they got tripped up. They fell to the ground. My goodness.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know who that
Not
gentleman
messing with
was,
that guy,
but
man.
yeah.
He would have flung me through the wall, and a little meet and greet back there. And you know what? Merry Christmas.
You just need that Stone Cold Steve music, Austin.
All right, we're going to head down now
glass.
with Chris Moore, who is caught up with Super Shep to find out what might have happened.
Yeah, he was so excited to come talk to us that he came to Victory Lane for us. So from your perspective, what happened on the racetrack and then back there in the pits?
Well, the racetrack, after the race, Tyler decided to take me out, and I know why. He thought I spun him out, but Hudson spun him out. I wasn't nowhere around him, so I tried to get him. Cody wants it to happen out here, and I tried like hell. He wouldn't stay stopped. And I didn't start it down there, and one of his guys would run their mouth, and I just stepped up to the plate. So
Turned into Superman?
yeah, they around and found out.
There you go, guys. There's no more needed.